Everyone. Today our topic is DHCP, Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. And apart from that, in multi-layer switch or any other location, your DHCP server is there. But you need to get IP addresses on that server. So we need the IP helper command. Without IP helper, we cannot able to get the IP addresses our end host. The requirement of DHCP dynamically the system will get the IP addresses automatically whenever here no, it is a statically always we are configuring, right? Likewise, so it is a difficulty to in large networks. So we have a concept like DHCP. With the help of DHCP, we'll get the IP addresses automatically. See, here the connectivity is properly is there everything. That is the reason I got the APIPA IP address. Still, I haven't configured anything. I have not did any configuration. I have not created any pools. That is the reason I got the APIPA IP address. It's an important question. It is an interview questions also. What is IP by IP address and range of IP by IP address? Thus 169 the range start. It will be start 169 from. Okay, okay, fine. Now move to our DHCP concept. What I will do, this is our DHCP server and these all are DHCP clients. Okay, first I'll configure in DHCP server. First of all, I need to give a IP address statically for this DHCP server. So I should have to give because of DHCP server won't get right exact IP address from where it will be get. It will be only provide the IP address. So that is the reason I am giving a statical IP address, whichever I need a router or I need to serve the IP addresses. So here I have taken like VLAN 1 for in this segment. I have taken the VLAN 10, only VLAN 1 because VLAN 1 is by default enabled. So that is the reason I have taken. And apart from that, for I have the here different floors like wait, I haven't given. That is the reason invalid IP it is showing. Leave it. VLAN 10, VLAN 20, and VLAN 30. We have like first floor and second floor and it's just third floor in your organization. Like it's a building. In that building you have different floors. So in that floor, in each floor having multiple users like 100 users or 200 users. Each and every user, if we are giving statically, it means manually administrator will give the IP addresses. It means it is difficult task. Okay, how many he can give the IP addresses in at one day? If he lost IP address again, he should have to give the IP address. Otherwise, the user cannot access the Google or something applications. Okay, so we should have to give the IP addresses. There, it is difficult. So we have a concept DHCP file. I clear the so, and I'll move to the giving the IP addresses. I'm starting the configuration and this for server I'm giving the statical IP address 192.168.100 dot for 2. It's a DHCP server IP address is 2 and default gateway of this interface 192.168.100.1. And leave the DNS part. We have a separate session for that. Now to I will move to the server and here we have a session with HTTP and DHCP and TFTP file transfer protocol. Also we have a session like DNS, syslog, every sessions I will explain you. Now for In this session, we'll learn about DHCP. I'm creating the pool here, DHCP pool. How select the interface like fast Ethernet 0. It is a default, only one port is available. And a server pool, it's like, and it is a standard pool. And I'm giving as a for VLAN 10, 192.168.100.1, the default gateway of this interface, and DNS part limit, and IP addresses starting from, I'll give like 10. The IP addresses start from 10 and 2 for 254 IP addresses. Yeah, maximum IP addresses of subnet mask 24. It's 254 IP addresses. Leave it TFTP and WLCP have a session of part. And I'll save this configuration. See, nothing. I did only the I have created the one pool for VLAN 1, and next I am creating like VLAN 10 part, and VLAN 10 for the 192.168.10.0 for this subnet mask. I'm creating one pool VLAN 10, and gateways, default gateways, this interface default gateway f0 by f0. You can assume like it's a whichever virtual SVI interface we learn. Okay, not for particular, it will be more like this. Okay, SVI, switch virtual interface, we are creating here, not a physical interface configuration. SVI, switch virtual interface configuration, we are doing here. SVI, switch virtual interface. How we are giving logical interfaces to IP address. Okay, 10.10 IP address is starting from 10, and just add edit on. Okay, fine. And IP address range is 254. Okay, so save it. And before I got it, leave it on. Yes. And save the tool, and one more tool. Create a VLAN 20. So here I'm taking another 20 virtual interface gateway, and here IP address is 20, 246 IP addresses, and 246 because in we have a like 256 range. 256, it means minus 2, one for the broadcast and one for the network ID. 254 IP addresses. Add, and we have VLAN 30, and VLAN 30 for pool is 30, and 192.168.60.1, and they will be an expert, and get 30, and starting the range from 30. For IP addresses, add it. Good. Yeah, you can check here the starting IP range, and the default gateway is pool for 30, and pool 20, and server pool, and it's VLAN 10. Done. This much only in server configuration. What I did, only statically I have configured IP address, then in server I have given the IP address like this. Every pool, DHCP pools I have created here, 4 pools. Good. Good to go. Now move to the switch, multi-layer switch. Here no, then enable configuration terminal, then host name like host name, say MLS multi-layer switch. uh, these all interfaces are trunk port because trunk port will carry the multiple VLAN information. We have like VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30, and by default VLAN is 1. If I want to if I would need IP addresses from this, I need to configure this segment as a trunk port, and these all are also trunk port. I am planning to give different VLANs at every PCs. In every in every floor, different VLANs are there. Interface range fast Ethernet 0 by 1 to 4 bit, and switch port mode trunk it won't take because we haven't turned it on encapsulation. Before that we should have to turn it on encapsulate. We have to tell that which port we have. ISL and dot one, two types of trunking, frame tagging modes, encapsulation modes there. ISL and dot one cube. So encapsulation, so I need to give like trunk, like encapsulation. You can see encapsulation, and there are only one dot one piece of fine. And now apply switch port mode trunk. Fine. These all our interfaces are in trunk mode. No, exit, and I'm configuring as a virtual interfaces. Switch virtual interfaces. How? Just interface. Before that, I'll create some VLANs. VLAN 10, VLAN, VLAN 20, VLAN 30. You can check show VLAN. Yes. I've created VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30. If you want to change name also, your default name is VLAN. Likewise, we can change the name also. Interface VLAN 1 and IP address 192.168.100.1 and subnet mask 255.255.255.0 and need a mask tension. No shutdown command. By default, VLAN 1 is shutdown mode. And interface VLAN 10 IP address 192.168.10.1 255.255.255.0. You're not required for no shutdown. By default, it's up only because we have created that VLAN virtual. Only VLAN 1 is like its mode is shutdown. VLAN 20 here and IP address 192.168.20.1 and 255.255.255.0 and exit. What that interface VLAN 30 and IP address 192.168.30.1 and subnet mask 255.255.255.0 class C range no shutdown. And now our IP address configuration task is done. Show IP interface brief. You can check here. Done. VLAN 1 and VLAN. These all are these. Whichever here showing, those are the switch virtual interfaces. Switch virtual interfaces. We call it as a switch virtual interfaces. And config T when Once I have created multiple VLANs and different subnets, I need a IP routing also. By default, switch, it's layer 3 switch, whichever switch having only switching functionality. It won't do the routing functionality. It won't have the routing functionality. So if I want to enable the routing functionality, simple command, only one command, routing, IP routing. And check here, IP routing. IP route in the sense you can give the IP route, whichever IP routing, just enough. Then one more thing, I have configured till I haven't given the IP helper address, so it won't take IP help. Without IP helper address, we cannot get the IP addresses on this end users. So I need to configure IP helper address also. How I can interface VLAN 1 and IP help 192.168. Uh, this interface IP address. Whichever server is there, that interface IP address I need to do. Enough. And for VLAN 1 and VLAN 10 part IP helper address, same thing. VLAN 20 and IP helper address, and VLAN 30 done. You can check it. Show running configuration, full of configuration will get here. With the of show running configuration will get the old configuration what I did. Interface VLAN 1 virtual interface I have created here, and helper IP helper address I have given, and one more VLAN 10 IP helper IP virtual interface, then IP helper address. The same thing I did, and apart from that, I have enabled the trunk here. I have enabled the trunk. You can check here, trunk port encapsulation dot one. Switch port trunk encapsulation dot one. That thing. Good. And one more important command is IP routing. Fine. Good. Now I'll move to the access switches. It's like a distribution switch, and these all are the access switches. Access switches in the, it means the connectivity like end users. Configuration, you can check the configuration, show running config, nothing is there. It's a new switch, brand new. You can check. And now config T first. I'll keep it as a trunk mode. Configuration terminal and interface fast Ethernet 0 by 1, then switch port mode trunk. That is enough. Switch port trunk here, not required anything. Allowed VLAN. You can, if you want to do, you can do. Otherwise, it won't accept the VLAN as you want. You can check also. So running configuration. Check there. It will take only one command. Now config terminal, and I'm taking from range. These all are the access ports only. No, because VLAN 10, VLAN 20, and VLAN 30. I'll create like different PC, like different VLAN. This PC is VLAN 10, VLAN 20, and this PC is like VLAN 30. Interface fast Ethernet 0 by 2, switch port mode access. Mode is access. Before that, I should have to create like VLANs. It won't take. What you can check it. 150 switch port, access VLAN 10, because we haven't created access VLAN does not exist. Creating VLAN 10 is not exist. That is the reason. Don't accept VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30. And exit. Then interface fast Ethernet 0 by 2 and switch port mode access switch port access VLAN 10 switch port exit from here. Interface fast Ethernet 0 by 3 switch port VLAN switch port access VLAN 20 switch port mode access exit. And fast Ethernet 0 by 4 interface fast Ethernet 0 by 4 interface, then switch port access VLAN 30 and switch port mode trunk, sorry, not trunk, access. Good. It's a first floor switch. I am giving the host name as host name as first floor, so it's third floor. First floor, third floor, let's check here. Third floor, it's access switch. Now move to now statically it is written like check if it is get or not IP address. A pipa IP address still no, it's got because STP was NA. For this VLAN 10 we got IP address 192.168.10.10 and this is a VLAN 20. Check. Yes, 20.10. We started range from 10 only. That is the reason got the IP address and default gateway is 20.1 and this PC. It is a easy because statically if we are configuring 100 of switches means it is difficulty to administrator. To go 30.10 from second floor also will do first configuration like enable configuration config the host name second floor interface fast Ethernet this port as a 0 by 1, it's a trunk port. Trunk port will carry the multiple VLAN information. Switch port mode trunk enough exit and interface fast Ethernet 0 by 2 it's switch port mode access we haven't configured still VLAN VLAN 10 VLAN 20 VLAN 30 exit and interface fast Ethernet. What I'll do here on these PCs are like I'll create the range. You should have to know that how we'll create the range also. I'll create this all the VLANs are like VLAN 10 only. We'll check VLAN 10. We got the IP address here like 10.10 10. Now we'll check 10.11, 10.12, 10.13. Likewise, it will be range 0 by 2 to 4. Before that, we'll say interface range fast Ethernet 0 by 2 to 4. Switch port mode trunk access, not trunk. Trunk port is different. And switch port access VLAN 10. Enough. If you want to save the configuration, just write command. Done. Building configuration done. These all are VLAN 10. These pieces are all are in VLAN 10. Check the statically IP address. IP address because of all the ports are still STP mode. You can check show spanning tree. Show spanning tree. That is the reason we are getting like API pipe address earlier. You can check still API pipe address. Now we'll get now we got the IP address 11. You can check here and because of why we got the IP address here, the reason is switches will perform the broadcasting. So the broadcasting we have to eliminate. So we are using by default here STP spanning tree protocol will be enabled. Okay. So whenever the spanning tree protocol enable, the time here we have states like it will be more first learning. First it will be blocking to listening it will be take 15 seconds, and learning state it will be take 15 seconds, and it will be moved to the forwarding state. It will really take 30 to 40 seconds because of blocking state also it will take. Now this PC will get IP address 12. Anyway, STP concept also we have in my video sections. You can go there, you will get the STP videos. See 11, 12, 13 PCS. And now move to this fast Ethernet. Enable config T switch. I'll do this all the switches like different interfaces. VLAN 10, VLAN 30. Then exit interface fast Ethernet 0 by 1 is switch port mode trunk. Exit and interface fast Ethernet 0 by 2. It's a VLAN 20 10. Sorry. Switch port mode access switch port access VLAN 10. Exit switch port interface fast Ethernet 0 by 3 switch port mode access switch port access VLAN 20. Exit interface fast Ethernet 0 by 3 switch port access VLAN 30. Switch port access switch port mode is access. So exit and exit, right, save the configuration and check here. Which IP we are getting? Still they all are in okay spanning tree mode. It was taken 30 seconds. Yes, 30 dot for this PC. It's a VLAN 10, I think. Yes, VLAN 14. Now, these all are different VLANs. If you want to communicate different VLAN, yes, it is possible because we have a L3 switch here. We can try it. This 11, 12, 13, and this PC is 10 VLAN. Right now I'm in VLAN 10 only. Ping 192.168.10.10. Yes, we can able to ping from VLAN 10 to VLAN 10. We'll try to this PC as a VLAN 30 and try to ping VLAN 10 this PC to this PC. 192.168.10.10. First packet will be dropped. Yes, we can able to ping if you want. Reset 192.168.10.10. See, first it will be moved to the gateway. It reaches to gateway and directly it will go. Because only one hope is available. Only one hope is in between. Thank you for watching. And if you want to check show running configuration, just be enabled. If you want, you can check show running configuration. Only we enable the trunk here. What we did, only enable the trunk. And apart from that, we use IP routing command. It's important, I think. And see, virtual interfaces we have created. And this server, only what we configured. And one more thing we configured here, like helper address. It's an important thing. IP helper address. And in this switch, we configured as a DHCP server. And here we have created five pools. Four pools. In that pool, VLAN 10, VLAN a server pool for VLAN 10, and VLAN 20 for VLAN 20 and VLAN 30. It's different pools. We have created different pools for a different VLANs for a different floors. Whichever floors are there, now they can communicate. And if you want to here access point, yes, we can add on. So access points also we can add here. Access points also we can add here. For those things we have a different, see, Meraki access point. The Meraki access point to how we are getting the IP addresses. We have a session for that also. If different floor we have it nowadays, we are using only Wi-Fi access points. AP in the sense access point, Meraki access point. We have a different session for that also for Wi-Fi. Thank you guys for watching videos.